Hello everyone, welcome to SCI-EASE. We have done in detail about the acids and bases, and then we have covered what is pH and what is the use of pH in everyday life. Now, the name of the chapter is Acids, Bases and Salts. In this video, I'm going to explain the term salts. What are the different salts, how they are formed, and what are the different types of salts. Also, I'm going to cover in this video. You know that when acids, they react with the bases, they result in the formation of the salts. Salt is not always the salt which is present in the kitchen. I have told you earlier also. Okay? Salts, they are the chlorides, bromides, iodides, sulfates, nitrates, carbonates, bicarbonates of various metals. Okay? So, the chlorides, I will give you some of the examples. All chlorides like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, aluminium chloride, barium chloride, they are the chlorides of different metals. Okay? Then comes bromides and iodides. Okay? You can write in the same way that all iodides, what are they? Ki, Nai, Bai2. How the formula that is formed, that depends upon the valencies. Okay. Then comes the sulfates. Some of the sulfates, they are Na2SO4, because SO4 has -2 valency. So, the formula will be Na2SO4, K2SO4, BaSO4, etc. Okay, these are the sulfates. Then comes nitrates, KNO3, NaNO3, okay, they are the nitrates. You have read about the carbonates and bicarbonates. Carbonate group is CO3 - 2. So, some of the carbonates are sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, calcium carbonate, CaCO3, barium carbonate, BaCO3. Then comes bicarbonate. Bicarbonate group or hydrogen carbonate, that is HCO3 negative. So, the sodium carbonate formula for the sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3. For calcium hydrogen carbonate, that is CaHCO3 whole twice. That depends upon the valency. You must know how to form the formula. I have told you in my last video also. Okay. So, these are the various salts, the names of the various or the formulae of the various salts which I have written. You must note down these salts in your notebook. Okay. Then there are different types of the salts. That depends upon the pH. Okay? That depends upon the pH. First number, that is the acidic salt. Acidic salts are those salts which have the pH less than 7. Okay? They have the pH less than 7. So, example of such type of the salts, that is ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate. One thing I want to tell you here, that the first part of the salt, that comes from the base. That comes from the base part. Okay? And the second part, this one, second part, that comes from the acid. So, the acidic salts are those which are formed from strong acid and weak base. Because they have the pH less than 7, means they are acidic. Acid should be strong in that case. So, how this is formed? This ammonium chloride, how this is formed? Here, there is strong acid and weak base. So, I will tell you how ammonium chloride that is formed. Ammonium chloride is formed when we react weak base. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base and strong acid. Which acid is strong having Cl? That is the HCl. So, HCl plus ammonium hydroxide, they will result in the formation of the acidic salt having pH less than 7, that is ammonium chloride. Okay? In the same way, how this ammonium sulfate will be formed, that you will write in the comment section, that how this is formed. Which is the base? Base comes from the first part of the salt. Okay? And this is the sulfate comes from the acid part. Okay? So, you will write in the comment section that how the reaction between which base and which acid, that will result in the formation of the ammonium sulfate. Okay? So, these are the acidic salt. For every salt, one thing that should be clear to you, that the first part, it is formed by the base, and the second part, that is formed by an acid. Okay? And in case of the acidic salts, acid should be strong and base should be weak. Okay? Now, next is the basic salt. So, first we have done the acidic salt. Now is the basic salt. Basic salts, they have pH greater than 7. How they will be formed? They will be formed from strong base and weak acid. Reverse of this. Okay? Here, the base is strong and this is weak, acid is weak. So, I have given one example, 2-3 examples, that is sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate and calcium carbonate. So, I have told you that the first part that is formed from the base. So, which strong base is having sodium? That is NaOH. What is that? That is NaOH is a strong base. Here the base should be strong. And which acid having CO3 group is a weak acid? I have told you already in my first video about the strong acids and the strong bases, then weak acids, weak bases. Here the base, here acid is, weak acid is H2CO3. And the name of this acid is carbonic acid. So, when sodium hydroxide reacts with carbonic acid, this will result in the formation of sodium carbonate. You can take the case of calcium carbonate. How this will be formed? Here, the base, strong base is calcium hydroxide plus carbonic acid. This will result in the formation of calcium carbonate. Okay, you must write here what are, I have told you just now, but you are to write again how this calcium carbonate that is formed, from which strong base and which strong acid this is formed. In the same way, you can write about sodium hydrogen carbonate also. Okay. So, third category of the salt, that is the neutral salt, means that salt is neither acidic nor basic. It has the pH equal to 7. How these neutral salts they are prepared? They are either prepared when strong acid reacts with a strong base or weak acids react with a weak base. So I have given this example about sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, okay? So sodium chloride, this, which strong acid is there? Strong acid, that is HCl, okay? And what strong base? That is sodium hydroxide. So when sodium hydroxide, it reacts with HCl, this will result in the formation of sodium chloride, which is a neutral salt. In the same way, when weak acid reacts with a weak base, this will also result in the neutral salt. Okay, this will also result in the neutral salt. So you must write here an example. Here you write an example taking any weak acid and weak base. Okay, this is homework for you. You are to write in the comment section that which salt is formed when weak acid, it reacts with a weak base. So this is in general about the salts. Okay, so you must have the things, they are clear to all of you that these are the salts, how the salts they are formed. I have already told you about the neutralization reactions and what are the 3 different types of the salts, that is acidic salts, basic salts and neutral salts. So this much is clear. Now in my next video, I will take up some of the salts. We will study about the preparation and uses of some of the salts, like we will study about the salts of sodium, that is sodium hydroxide, okay, then plus about the sodium chloride we will study, then we will study about bleaching powder, plaster of Paris, and so many salts they are there. We will study about the preparation and the uses part. Okay, so till then, thank you very much.